Hello air gun enthusiast, Paul's Urban Hunter here. We got a new product to bring to the market. It's the Big Dog bottle adapter. It will take the 1.1 liter. So you can put a 1.1 liter on your Snow Peak or your Umrex Zelos. The kit consists of lower pick rails, some side pick rails, an adapter, and then we have a alignment punch that will help you align it perfectly. We're going to be, or already did it, but essentially you're just modifying your existing lower pick rail. Essentially you're just chopping it off. So say you have your factory one on, you just take a scribe and you strike it, and so you want to chop that thing off. I don't know, a lot of guys will have a belt sander, or you could use a hacksaw and then file it. It's not super critical. You want to have it kind of close, but not, it's not like, you know, super critical. So basically just take your factory O-ring out first. Put your bottle adapter on here. Get all this stuff out of the way. Put your bottle adapter on here. Put your two factory bolts. You put your two factory ones back in. I usually just kind of give it a gentle push downward, you know, down towards the trigger guard. Kind of help center it up. Just kind of tighten these just a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll put a piece of paper, just to make sure that you have the clearance. You can put a piece of paper in here, see how that fits in there. And you can manipulate this trigger guard back and forth just a little bit by loosening the 4 bolts underneath it. So you want to at least have that, you know, to be able to a piece of paper slide in and out, and that's without the O-ring in there. So once you have that proper clearance set, it may take you a couple times, but just make sure you're able to accomplish that. And then pop your bottle adapter back off. Put your O-ring back in. I just take a little bit of airsoft oil, put it on the back here, just a tiny bit, kind of rub it around. Then your factory screws, you put these back in. These are longer than the factory screws are longer than the screws that this modification takes. So we back it down, kind of give it a gentle push down, tighten them. Then that's when this drift comes in. You just put your drift in there, give it a smack with the hammer, pull your trigger guard back out, and then you drill it. You want to drill it with a 204, 202. I would go with the 202. I don't know why this ain't reading right. Go with the 202, something slightly smaller. And then a 6 millimeter by 1.0 tap. So pull your trigger guard back off, and you made the mark, drill it, tap it. Now you can put your bottle perch back on. We can put our bolt will be able to screw right into your lower pick rail now. Make sure, and this has got to be flat. Now give these just a little tight, a little snug. You don't have to go bonsai on any of this stuff. This is a 5mm, this is a 3mm. You got a lower pick rail down here that you can put on. All the bolt holes line up. You can put that on if you want. You have your side pick rails. Comes with hardware to install those. And then you put your factory bottle perch back on. And this is a must. So this kit will come with the screws, your bolts that have shiny tops. These bolts, if you try and put these bolts in here, you run the potential of ruining your gun. So do not do that. You can take these bolts out and make them shorter, just in case in the future you're goofing off or whatever and you're not paying attention. You don't ever have to worry. You could always put, you know, the bolts anywhere. So my recommendation is pull that bolt out, make it the same length as these, and then you're good. You don't even have to think about it. But until you do that, I put the shiny ones, shiny top bolts in. Screw it down. I don't know what I did. There we go. It's easier to do with your barrel out, but yeah, I mean, I would take my barrel out to do it. But oh shit! And then, of course, you got these pick rails you put on. I didn't grab my Allen wrench. You know what? I'll just go grab that real quick. Hold on. I always put the smooth side forward. These are just off Amazon, and they're just modified to fit your gun. So if you ever wanted to like mix things up or whatever, you can just order the whole thing on Amazon. Comes in a kit of a bunch of them and stuff. This lower pick rail size may vary, because I just cannibalized the kit on Amazon and I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but these oops, I got that on backwards. These lower pick rails are M-lock on the bottom, or yeah, M-lock on the bottom. So that's basically what this is, just an M-lock bolt that I run underneath here, and it locks in there. So you kind of get the picture. So essentially, you're going to have the bottom rail and your side, both your sides, and then put it back together. But like I said, the main thing is that you able to slide that piece of paper in the bottom. Use your punch. Once you get your top bolts in, use your snug them slightly, center snug, and just give this a tap. The next version is not going to have this one. It will just take the bolt will just thread in here, have a light thread, and so it'll self-center and all that stuff. So it'll be a little bit more self-explanatory. Actually, maybe I'll just show you that real quick. I'm trying to make the video short because You know how people don't pay attention very long. So yeah, you're adding a lot of air to your package here. Oh, this is a 2.5. Put a little oil or whatnot on your bolts and whatnot. This one will be, I got a bunch of them made like this that you have to use the drift to, it's a super tight fit to end it, you know, to figure out where you got to drill. But the later version will have this bolt will have a soft thread in, and then you'll just set it on, you know, put your 2 bolts there, and then you'll just tap it, and that will give you your mark on your trigger guard to know where to drill and everything. Just take your time, drill straight, and whatnot. So I'll put some other pictures on eBay, and you know, in regards to what size moderator you can run. You got to go a little bit different size moderator, so because you're cramming this thing on there. So okay, there you go, the Big Dog bottle adapter for the Snow Peak. You need to get the metal trigger guard for it to work for the Zelos. But I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Bye.